Hello, can you hear me okay? Guess who was just talking for like 3 minutes before realising their mic was muted. Well, thank you for the follow, Pip. It is appreciated. No thank you for the insults, they are not appreciated. So going back a bit closer to Cafe Rain with a game called the Shivah, which will hopefully have a better ending. Yeah, I would like the game at a natural size, please. That look okay to you? Cool, cool. Let's go. Some of the people who worked on this was David Gilbert, who also worked on Cafe Rain. Few stars visible looked lonely and desperate. I could relate, because I'm very noir. Sometimes the line between salvation and damnation is a mighty fine one. I no longer knew which side I stood on. There are those who would say I had no business being here. They might be right. I'm no longer sure what I'm doing, but I'm fairly sure I know who I am. Is that better? Let me tweak it in Streamlabs then. Is that better? Awesome. Okay. New game. It began, as many things do, with a song.
Adon olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra li'edna savacheltso kol atzai melech shemo nikra.
His final note faded off into the near empty synagogue, unheard by anyone. Rude. As I had hundreds of times before this, I got ready to speak. And as I had hundreds of times before this, I began to wonder why.
Thank you, Cantor Kaplan. Today in my sermon, I'd like to discuss suffering. Why do bad things happen to good people? Wherever there is pain or oppression or poverty, the question is always the same. How could God let this happen? Is God as good as we think? Can he, in fact, do evil?
Yes.
Maybe, on occasion, he even enjoys inflicting pain.
Yes.
I
took a good hard look around my world. And then it hit me.
No. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Rabbi?
You heard.
Huh? What?
Go home, Mrs. Raymer.
Is it over already?
Yeah.
Rabbi Stone, wait! You can't just stop.
Sure I can. Just watch me.
But
It's over, Josh.
you can't mean that.
Look, you're a good kid. You've got a good voice and a good future. Don't let me hold you back. Now do a mitzvah and call Mrs. Raymer a cab. Goodbye, Josh.
Ethical dilemmas have plagued religious leaders since the dawn of time. But morals don't mean crap without the personal experiences to back them up.
Services are canceled. Leave me alone. Go away. I repeat, services are canceled. Fine, I'm coming. I thought I told you to go home.
Rabbi Stone, there's someone here.
Tell him to get lost. There's no service tonight.
No, it's a cop.
Huh?
Detective Sam Durkin, Midtown South Precinct. Could I talk to you for a few minutes, Rabbi Stone?
Sarcastic, focus. Rabbinic.
Is there some sort of problem, officer?
I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
Fine. Josh, take a hike. So, what can I do for you? I assume you're not here to convert.
Are you familiar with a Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I be?
I'm asking the questions, Rabbi.
Fine. Let me think. Lauder. Oh.
You know him.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about him?
He used to belong to this congregation.
Used to, but not anymore?
No. Left about 8 years ago, I think. What's this about?
Have you had any contact with him since?
No, I haven't. Care to fill me in here?
Do you read the papers?
Not recently.
So, you're not aware, Rabbi Stone, that Jack Lauder has been dead for 3 days?
Oh shit. I did my best to control myself. I knew this man's type. His eyes scanned my face like a barcode reader, trying to read every telltale sign of emotion. Any flicker, any twitch could be used against me later.
No.
Does that bother you?
Should it?
Answer me, Stone.
No.
So, you and Mr. Lauder weren't close?
No, we weren't. What's the deal, Durkin?
I've seen Lauder's will. He left you a significant amount of money.
He left me money? Is this a joke? Are you joking with me, detective?
No, I'm not joking.
How much?
I don't have the exact amount, but somewhere in excess of 10,000.
Bull.
It's the truth.
Jack wouldn't give me bupkis, let alone $10,000.
And why is that, Rabbi Stone?
He just wouldn't.
Huh. This temple's in pretty sad shape, isn't it, Rabbi?
Well, you're not blind, that's for sure.
Can you afford the repairs?
What did it stop you saying this time? Yeah, I think the rabbi response is always just going to be like, huh. Yeah, I don't know why. Can I turn down the automaton here? Probably not. I'll turn it down a bit before the next one. But yeah, I think the rabbi response is just going to be like responding with a question.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Detective Durkin.
This is
If
a
that's
suspicious
all, I
face.
suggest you leave.
Rabbi Stone, you didn't answer my question.
Life's full of disappointments. You'll get over it.
Rabbi Stone,
Get out of my office.
listen.
No, you listen. I know where this is going, and I don't like it.
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, you're a real mensch. Get out of here.
Fine. I'll leave, Rabbi Stone. But I'll be back.
Yeah, I bet you will. Putz.
Rabbi Stone says all cops are bastards. Also, very rude of him not to ask for smoking in my fucking temple. The rain beat an irregular staccato rhythm against a window, but I could only hear one thing. Jack Lauder, Jack Lauder. The name pulled out a cork in my brain, letting loose old thoughts and memories that fought and struggled for supremacy. Jack Lauder. It was more than just a name. It was a link to a time when things were simpler. A time when I thought I had it all figured out. A time when morals and ethics meant something. A time before it all turned to crap.
I need to think.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll be honest, I don't know. I love how I just have a little ladder up to a scary space in my attic. Josh set his computer up a few weeks ago. He claimed I needed to join the 21st century and connect with the community. Josh has been bugging me to start using it. I suppose now is as good a time as any. If only I could remember what Josh chose in my login and password. Great, it's the same puzzle that just killed me last time. Love that. Did you write it down?
Wow, Rabbi, what was that all about?
The detective had some questions for me. That's all.
So who was killed?
Josh, what did I tell you about listening at my door?
I wasn't, Rabbi, honest. You were just very loud.
Huh.
So who was killed? Was it that Lauder guy?
Huh. We must have talked very loud.
Well, yeah. So who is he?
An old member of this congregation.
Ah, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, it happens to the best of us.
Are you gonna pay a Shiva call?
I don't think there will be a Shiva, Josh.
Why?
Shivas are for Jewish families. Just forget it.
Alright, if that's what you want. I guess I'll go now.
Yeah. Good night, Cantor.
Night, Rabbi.
Ask him your login. $10,000. Less than 20 minutes ago, I had accepted defeat. The bank was going to foreclose on the property, and there was nothing I could do. Jack's money changed all that. The Benai Ben Zion synagogue could remain open. Wouldn't have to see my life's work turned into a shopping mall or a parking lot.
Has God answered my prayers?
Through murder? The age-old question. What is the work of God, and what is the work of man? The money was a boon, there was no doubt about that. But it was blood money, and I couldn't believe God would work that way.
I don't like it. Not one bit. Why, Jack? Why me? Why now?
They say God helps those who help themselves. And I had done absolutely nothing to get this money. I didn't trust it. Suddenly, the cantor's words came back to me.
A Shivah call. I can't just barge in unannounced. But I can pay a Shivah call. It's the only way.
Okay, so we do something similar to the... I'm not sure. Yenta. I would like a joke. Marsh was talking to his psychiatrist. I had a weird dream recently, he said. I saw my mother, but now I noticed she had your face. I found it so worrying that I immediately woke and couldn't get back to sleep. I just stayed there thinking about it until 7 AM. I got up, made myself a slice of toast and some coffee and came straight here. Can you please help me explain the meaning of my dream? The psychiatrist kept silent for some time and said, 1 slice of toast and coffee? Do you call that a breakfast? Hang on 1 sec, I just need to get Taz. Tazanold. Tragic dog. I know. Okay, I'm back. Not Josh, fucking. I've already forgotten what that guy's name was. Thank you. Jack Lauder. Jack Lauder of Beth Tikva was found dead last night in his Midtown office, victim of an apparent assault by person or persons unknown. We at Ravnet express our sympathies to Jack's friends and family. 100 Jane Street, apartment 4E.
Mrs. Lauder?
Yes?
I heard about your husband. I came to pay my respects.
Oh, you knew Jack?
Some time ago, yes.
All right, come on in. I'm sorry, you look so familiar, but I can't place your face. What is your name?
If I wanted answers, she'd have to know who I was. Also, she's very trusting about letting people in her house right after her husband has been murdered. This required tact.
You don't remember me? 8 years ago? Rabbi Russell Stone?
Oh, I remember now. You have a lot of nerve coming here.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're sorry, are you? I'm so glad to hear that. Jack would love to hear that you are sorry.
He knows already, Mrs. Lauder.
Too late, Rabbi, too late. What do you want?
I'm not sure what I want.
Oh, really? You're just getting back in touch. Is that it? Oh, stop it. Just stop it. I don't believe this. You threw us out of your temple 8 years ago. And now you drop by for a visit?
It wasn't like that.
Well, what was it then? Can you tell me that?
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Maybe you're right. And yet you're here. Why?
The police visited me today.
Did they?
Yes,
What did they say?
that I'm suspect number 1.
Really? Well, that would make sense. Who else has a motive except for the rabbi who hates us?
Why do you think I hate you, Mrs. Lauder?
Enough. Do you have to do that here? Now? There is a time and a place, Rabbi, and this is not it.
Look, I don't hate
Whatever. Jack hated you. That's enough.
Mrs. Lauder. If he hated me so much, why did he leave me $10,000 in his will?
That's impossible.
I said the same thing.
Jack wouldn't do that.
It's a crazy world.
How do you know for sure?
The police told me. I have no love of the police, but I doubt they'd lie about that. Mrs. Lauder, if Jack hated me so much, why did he give me so much money?
I don't know. This makes no sense. None of it does. Who would kill Jack? He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Don't you start. You have no idea.
The police have no other leads?
Aside from you? No.
How did he die?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Well, I suppose I'm curious, and I'd like to help.
Help? Why would you want to help?
I don't know. Maybe Maybe I'm looking to make amends for what happened 8 years ago.
Why not? Why shouldn't a rabbi play at being detective? You want to investigate, Rabbi Stone? Be my guest.
I'll have to ask
I
you some
love her.
questions about what happened.
Can't you just ask the police?
They won't talk to me. I'm a suspect.
Fine, fine. Ask whatever you want.
How did Jack die?
He was shot, right in the head, at close range, according to the police.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Lauder.
He was in the showroom, working late. That's all I know.
What business was your husband in?
We were in business together. Fashion design, high-end casual wear. Shirts, blouses, slacks. I'd design and he'd sell.
What is the name of your business?
Charming Fashion Company.
Charming.
Yeah, it's a strange name, but it has meaning behind it. It's based on my family's name, Sharma, and it sounds like charming.
I get it. Real cute.
That is cute.
You've covered up the mirror.
Yes, it's what you are supposed to do, right?
Well, yes, but
I know. I'm not Jewish. I'm probably doing it all wrong, but it feels right. Is it right, Rabbi?
Yeah, that's fair if you feel you need to drop out. Night-night. Yeah, I think it's got some of the same creators. I don't know if it's like everyone went onto it.
it's perfect.
Thank you.
How are you holding up, Mrs. Lauder?
Fine. As well as can be expected.
Was the business successful?
We did all right. It was tough at first, but things have been picking up over the last few years. We sell to mainly boutique stores, but Macy's has bought several pieces from us, and Saks was interested.
And what happens to the business now? Are you going to run it by yourself?
I guess I
Night-night.
could, but not right away. And definitely not in that same showroom.
I can understand that. Where is your showroom?
Why? Do you want to have a look?
It can't hurt.
Oh, this is crazy. Do you really want to do this?
Yes.
Sure, if you want to have a look, go ahead. Just because trained police officers couldn't find anything doesn't mean a rabbi can't. The building is 1407 Broadway, room 903.
I'm going to leave now. I'll see what else I can discover.
Thanks, I guess. Rabbi Stone,
Yes?
about 8 years ago, could you just tell me why?
Were you and Jack happy?
Yes. Yes, we were.
Then my reasons don't matter.
He's trying to reach us. Hello, Rabbi Stone. It's been a while. I hope I got the correct email address. No doubt you're surprised to hear from me. I'm not sure why I'm writing either. I often think about what you said. It still angers me, but I can understand your motives. You looked at us and said, nothing's worse than when Jews turn their back on one another. I can still remember that look in your eyes, sheer contempt, like we're the worst sort of scum that ever crawled out of the ocean. I love my wife, Rabbi Stone. She's my power and everything. I regret nothing. Nothing, that is, except you. I hated you. For years I hated you. We both did. I joined another temple with a rabbi who was willing to marry us and tried to forget about you. When I found myself in trouble and in need of guidance, I could think of nowhere else to turn. You called me a traitor once. Do you still feel that way? I've seen traitors. I've seen Jews turn their backs on other Jews. It's not pretty. It's awful. I am not like them. Time has cooled my hatred. Has it done the same to you? I need to speak to you. I feel like I am 12 years old again, praying for my bar mitzvah and needing help with my Torah portion. I know I didn't marry a Jewish girl, or go to temple every week, or keep kosher, or do any of the many things we're supposed to do, but I've always known that I was Jewish. Is that enough? I'm not a traitor, Rabbi. I've never forgotten I'm Jewish. Jack Lauder. Mind glues by dragging one on top of the other. Joe DeMarco, JDM. That had to be it. Okay, so let's go visit Raj and see if she can tell us about Ethan.
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
Have you ever heard of the name Joe DeMarco?
Joe? Joe. Yes, I've heard of Joe. He was one of our first investors.
He invested in Sherman?
Yes.
Why did you need an investor?
Well, we didn't have much money to start the business with. All the banks saw us as a poor risk, so we needed independent investors.
Have you ever met Joe?
Jack handled the money stuff, although I know Jack didn't like him.
Why not?
He didn't say, he just didn't like him. But we were desperate, so we had no choice.
How did they meet each other?
I think they were introduced. At the temple of all places.
At Temple? So Joe DeMarco is Jewish?
Maybe. Why?
DeMarco is not a very Jewish name.
And that's important to you, is it?
Not to me, no. but it's certainly significant. Do you know if your husband did any business with a man named Ethan?
Ethan. Ethan. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I'm sorry. To be honest, I didn't really keep up with the business side of things. Is he involved?
Hard to say. Do you know anything about Ethan G meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
Ethan G? The name sounds very familiar, but I can't place it. I'm sorry.
I'm going to leave now. I'll see what else I can discover.
Thanks, I guess.
Did I miss something back at the office? Do you have anything actually from Joe? It's also Kenny Lou. And Tomo. Okay, so give Tomo and Kenny Lou a try. I suppose the question I really want to ask is, what temple did your husband attend?
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
You really think Joe DeMarco is...
I told...
Do you know if your husband...
Ethan. The name, I'm sorry. To be honest, is he in...
Hard to... Do you know anything...
Ethan, the name,
Have you ever...
he would... Yes.
Why did...
Well, although... So we...
Have you ever...
Although...
Why not?
He did, but we...
How did...
I thought that...
Sir
Me-
Not but... I'm going to leave... I'll see...
Thank...
Okay, so nothing new there. Look at Jack Lord again, not good to find out. Wait, it said on his computer, didn't it? 'Cause he sent funds there. Oh, I need to get like an actual physical notebook next to me. I'll put notes on my phone. Okay, so presumably he goes to Tiva, and that's where we can find Kenny Lou was the other name. I hope constantly like hopping between these two places is fun for everyone as it is for me. Back home we go. Be right back. Tikva. Amos Selig moved to New York in 1963 with his wife Carol and his dog Dodger. Since then, he's been one of the most prolific rabbis in the city. His wife and dog are gone now, but Beth Tikva remains one of the strongest centers of the Jewish community. That should give us a new place to search. What if when I pressed exit, it actually let me exit? I was gonna steal it. J. Silver and E. Goldberg. Ethan Goldberg. What's the other name? J. Silver. You're on the list.
Yes?
You're the chief rabbi here at Beth Tikva?
I do carry that honor. So, what can I do for you, Mr.
Rabbi, actually. Rabbi Stone.
Well, fancy that. I can always spare time for a fellow rabbi. What brings you to our humble synagogue?
Have a rabbi off.
Do you know Mr. Jack Lauder?
Should I know Mr. Jack Lauder?
Fuck, you got me.
Don't you think you should know Jack Lauder?
Why do you think so?
Wasn't he a member of your congregation?
Was he?
Don't you know your own congregation?
Am I expected to know everybody?
Well,
Amos broke out into an angelic smile.
Are you finished?
I guess.
Wonderful.
He was a member of your congregation. He died a few days ago.
That's right. The funeral service was yesterday. I honestly don't know where my head is these days.
You conducted the ceremony?
Yes, his wife insisted on it.
Did she now?
If I may ask, what is your interest in Mr. Lauder?
He was a friend.
Was he? A close one? No, imagine not. Jack was a member of Beth Tikva. Not... what synagogue did you say you were from?
I didn't.
My mistake.
Is there anything you can tell me about Mr. Lauder?
I'm afraid not, Rabbi Stone. My congregation is rather large, and Mr. Lauder seldom attended services. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what that's like.
You certainly don't. Does the name Joe DeMarco mean anything to you?
DeMarco?
Yes.
Sounds Italian. Other than that, it means nothing. Sorry.
Are you familiar with an Ethan G?
Ethan G? Is that his name?
Just an initial as far as I know.
Ah, well, nothing leaps to mind, I'm afraid.
Except he runs your youth group. Which you should know.
Good night to you, Rabbi Zelig.
Good night to you, Rabbi Stone.
Yeah. This sounds good. So let's find out what we can about Mr. Goldberg. Uh-oh. With a warm rush of triumph, I knew I found my man. Ethan Goldberg of the Beth Tikva was found dead last night in Murray Hill Alley outside Paddy O'Hare's pub, the victim of an apparent mugging. We at Travnet express our sympathies to Ethan's friends and family. There was a mugging at one's place at Paddy O'Hare's. That makes sense, but hopefully it's saved as a place. Yeah, I know the door story out. That wasn't after all about a tin of paint strip and an enthusiastic youth group. It wasn't the kind of graffiti with artistic merit. Just some sleazy graffiti in a grimy alley. So, are you a judge of art? Are you a legal artist? I don't think so.
Excuse me. Hello?
She ignored me. She seemed to be staring into space at something that wasn't there. Another place, another time, I might have stopped to help her, but people like her are a dime a dozen in this city.
Excuse me.
The bartender glared at me with vague disinterest.
I'm looking for information on Ethan Goldberg. He was killed outside of this bar.
The bartender shrugged.
Do you know anything about it?
He gave me a glare that told me everything I needed to know about asking more questions. Why don't you just get a drink?
Do you know a Mr. Jack Lauder?
The bartender rolled his eyes and began eyeing the other because it was, who, this lady? It seemed that he wasn't a very talkative fellow.
I'm looking for information on Joe DeMarco.
He narrowed his eyes and glared daggers at me. I wasn't going to get any information out of him. But was there a flicker of recognition in his eyes? I'll put on some tunes.
Stop that.
Stop right clicking? I will not. I didn't come here to drink.
Excuse me. Hello?
Is it the jukebox you didn't want me to touch?
No, I won't forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay, so you're gonna say anything else of interest? That was nothing. Hey.
Yes?
A lot of members of your congregation dying.
I was hoping you could tell me something about Ethan Goldberg. I know he used to work here.
Ethan? Oh, what a tragedy. That man did wonders for this community. It's a shame what happened to him.
You know about his death?
Of course, I conducted the funeral service myself.
I recently found out that Ethan Goldberg and Jack Lauder did business together.
Really? I'm not surprised. Ethan offered his services to many people. He was a whiz with an editing machine. So I heard.
Did a Joe DeMarco ever belong to this temple?
DeMarco. That's hardly a Jewish name.
I know.
Although it's difficult to say. As I told you, it's difficult to keep track of individual congregation members.
He was an investor in Jack Lauder's company. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know. Should it?
No, I suppose not. Do you know anything about Ethan G. meeting up with Joe DeMarco?
In all honesty, I have no idea who Joe DeMarco is. So I'm afraid the answer is no.
Doesn't any of this strike you as odd?
Should it?
Two Jewish men, both in business together and both belonging to the same synagogue, are killed within 2 weeks of each other. A third man, who may or may not be Jewish, is nowhere to be found. There are only two connections between these three men. One is Jack's business, the other is this synagogue.
Rabbi Stone, I hope you're not suggesting anything.
I'm not.
Let me finish. People all over the world use religious communities to network and conduct business. This is nothing new. You know this, Rabbi Stone. If there is a connection, it has to do with their business dealings and nothing to do with Beth Tikva. I won't stand for our reputation being tarnished. Do I make myself clear?
As crystal.
I'm glad we understand each other. Now, if you'll excuse me, it is rather late.
I understand. I'll see myself out.
Wait, let me give you my card. Feel free to email me if you have any more questions.
I'm just not left back there. His temple has nice music. We already looked him up. It's true. Martin Lewis converts and becomes a priest. Gives his first mass in front of a number of high-ranking priests who come for the occasion. At the end of the new priest's sermon, a cardinal goes up to congratulate him. Pastor Lewis, he says, "That was very well done. You were just perfect. But next time, please don't start your sermon with fellow Goyim." I think I can log in as someone else. I'm the hacker man now. Shut up, Jeff. I've got to make notes of these names. Joe. Oh, you do know him? You're a liar. Oh. Roy. Dun, dun, dun. Jennifer Sandman. Steve has a wife. Alison Goldberg. She might be worth getting in contact with. No. Sandman. Nope. Okay, so we know he was in on it. Rubis. Can't remember what his name is. Did you not pick up on any of that? I should probably save. Press the marker. Do you bring up anything? Cool. Not helpful.
Mrs. Lauder.
Oh, it's you. Come on in.
Do you know
Oh, yeah.
who is he?
An accountant. We used him to handle taxes and complicated documents for the business. Not full-time, just on a consultant basis. Wait, is he involved in this?
Not anymore. He's dead.
What? Since when?
About a week or two ago. Murdered.
My God. What is happening?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's a good boy.
Have you ever heard...
Joe. Yes, I've heard of Joe. He was one of our... Yeah,
Why?
where? Although, so we...
Have you...
Jack, although I know...
Why not?
He did, but we were...
How...
I thought...
So, not but... I'm going to leave now. I'll see you...
Thanks.
That was not helpful at all. Thank you. But I don't feel like I got anything helpful from there. Oh. We have a friend. Hey, it's me, Joe DeMarco.
Evening.
Yeah?
Nice night.
Whatever.
So what's your name?
Look, could you leave me alone?
So long.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Just like, no, you fucked up.
I'm looking for information. Evening.
Yeah?
Do you know a Joe DeMarco?
Sure I do. That's my name.
Really?
Yeah. What of it?
You're a hard guy to track down.
Well, yippee. You found me. What do you want?
Why would you look at this guy and be like, yeah, he's a legit dude to invest in my business? Look at him, he's on the up and up.
Do you know Rabbi Zelig?
What's a rabbi?
His full name is Amos Zelig.
Nope. Sorry.
Are you Jewish, Mr. DeMarco?
Huh? No. What the hell is Jewish?
His ignorance was either fake or genuine. Either way, I had my answer.
Never mind. What's your beef with Ethan Goldberg?
Never heard of him.
Your name appears in connection with his.
Lots of Ethan Goldbergs. Lots of Joe DeMarcos. Both are common names. You got nothing, so leave me alone.
Ethan was killed just outside of this bar.
Coincidence. You still got nothing.
What's your connection with Jack Lauder?
Don't know him.
Sure you do. He wrote you a number of checks.
Whoever he wrote them to, it wasn't me.
Your name is on the checks.
Then it's some other Joe DeMarco. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Your name comes up yet again, Mr. DeMarco. This time in several emails addressed to Rabbi Zelig.
So?
So what's the deal?
It wasn't me. It was another Joe.
Can it? Sing another tune, because I'm sick of the old one. It's enough evidence to book you if I choose to go to the police. So are you gonna tell me what's going on?
Joe DeMarco gave me the once-over. His dull, pale eyes explored my face. He knitted his eyebrows as if doing some internal calculations, and then finally nodded.
Fine. You want to talk? Let's talk. But not here. Follow me.
Excuse me.
Okay, I was hoping for some kind of, if I'm not back in 20 minutes, please call the police, because I'm probably bleeding to death in an alley. I just call an ambulance. You don't need the police.
Come on, Rabbi. We'll have more privacy down here. You've pissed off the wrong people, Rabbi.
Dun dun dun.
I had no problem with you, but now I gotta kill you.
I see. You're an assassin.
I had a feeling you were smart. Your people are in this very, very deep.
My people? You mean the Jews?
A very cozy operation.
What sort of operation was this?
Don't think I'll be doing that. Professional courtesy. Say goodbye.
You think I'll go so easily?
Don't make me laugh, old man.
That's gonna get me stabbed? Yes, probably. He knows.
You are a despicable human being.
Yes.
The knife jetted towards my face, and I swerved desperately to avoid it. I felt it prick my ear.
And getting paid a bundle for it.
That money is tainted with immense suffering.
Sharp steel dart ran towards me like Judgment Day. Instinctively, I flinched. I could hear it tear the fabric of my shirt.
Money's money, no matter where it comes from.
How can you live with yourself?
I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. You get used to it.
Ah, he's got a tragic backstory.
How does a 12-year-old commit murder?
Same as anyone. Someone asked me to, so I did.
Fuck. What is that? The hot blade swiped across my arm, turning the fabric red. It wasn't a deep cut, but I couldn't afford to receive any
It's
of
about
this.
to get a lot worse.
Do you do everything people ask you to?
If the price is right.
What happened to you? Why are you so angry?
Stop asking me these stupid questions! I am what I am, alright?
Why are you being so defensive?
I am not being defensive.
Are you hiding from something?
What? No? What the hell are you talking about?
Are you hiding behind that knife?
Well, no!
Care to prove it?
What?
Go on. You don't need the knife? Prove it. Or are you nothing but a nebbish?
You son of a bitch. I don't need a knife to take your sorry ass. Old man, you're funny. You think your God's going to help you out of this?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. But my 4 years on the B'nai B'rith Yeshiva High School boxing team will even the odds.
What the hell, man?
Perhaps you didn't hear me the first time. Now, do I have your attention?
Let me go, man.
You have two choices. You can answer my questions, or I throw you onto the tracks.
What? You're crazy.
Am I?
Oh, you just started
Train's
stabbing me.
coming. Make your choice.
Fine. Fine.
Who sent you? Answer.
Zelig.
Zelig?
He's hooked in deep with the mafioso. Did you know that? He'd find struggling businessmen like your friends Jack and Ethan, and then hook them up with investors.
Investors?
Mafia investors.
He got them involved with the mob?
Yes. He got them in debt so deep they needed a tractor to pull them out. When they refused to pay, I was called in to take care of them.
So you killed Jack Lauder and Ethan Goldberg?
Yes.
I see. Well, one question remains. What should I do with you?
Just let me go.
Well...
I'm gonna shoot this. The train clattered off into the flickering distance, and Joe DeMarco remained unconscious but alive.
Perhaps you still have some purpose to fill. I've done all I can. I've shown mercy. The rest is up to God.
I'm a real gentleman. A cold, sullen quiet radiated from the wooden panels of the door. Call it intuition, call it boldness, call it plain old curiosity. I somehow knew that the door would be unlocked.
Hello? Mrs. Lauder? Rodshri?
Oh, I
Hello?
hope she's okay.
Oh no.
No. The interior of the apartment was a mess. Chairs were overturned, glasses were broken, and the telltale signs of a struggle were evident. This wasn't over yet, not by a long shot.
A note?
Shalom, Rabbi Stone. Evidently my associate proved unable to complete his task as he did not contact me at the usual time. I believe we have business to discuss. Do stop on by. An address on the Upper East Side followed.
Zelig.
I could have walked away. I was getting Jack's money. I'd solved a mystery. My conscience was clear. Yet the angry cries of a dead man screamed in my soul.
Jack, I'm sorry, Jack. As a man, I wished you all the happiness in the world. But as a rabbi, as a religious leader out of duty, I could not accept it. Can you understand? Jack! Jack! Forgive me, Jack. I'm sorry I cast you out. I'm sorry my actions sent you down this path. Get a hold of yourself, Stone. This isn't your doing.
All men have reasons for doing what they do. Some reasons are good, while some others are definitely evil. But most lie somewhere in between. For once, my reasons were crystal clear.
Zelig.
Just go fuck up this old man.
Enter. Rabbi Stone, how good of you to come.
You didn't leave me much choice, Rabbi Zelig.
That's not entirely fair. You could have walked away.
I made a commitment.
And you're so good at those, aren't you?
Tell me what you want.
I only want this, Stone. You're going to walk over to the balcony. Take a nice long look at the view. Enjoy it. It costs a bundle. Then, when you've thought carefully about what brought you here, you're going to jump over the edge.
You can forget it.
Oh, really? Not even to save her life?
And if I refuse?
I shoot her, then you, and throw you both off the balcony. I'd prefer to avoid complications, but it's the same to me either way.
You think you'll get away with this?
You have no idea what you're messing with, Stone. This goes way beyond you or me.
I don't claim to see what lies beyond. All I see is a man charged with leading his people, but instead leads them to their deaths.
It's not that simple, Stone. It never is. Pull your head out of the clouds and take a look around. This is how the world works. So, are you going to jump? Or is this going to get messy?
Oh, I can't even quick save. We could go for the gun, he's old. And wear locks and chant. I braced myself for the impact. I felt a harsh puff of metal whiz past my torso and jam harmlessly into the floor.
My. Looks like I missed. How careless of me.
A twist of a smirk revealed it was anything but.
You might want to rethink that move in the future.
All right. You win, Zelig. You hold all the cards.
Good boy. He can be taught. Start walking. Now, open the door, Stone. Wait, there's one more thing.
He moved the gun off me and pointed straight at Rashael Order.
Stop!
Zelig! You son of a...
DeMarco, you idiot! It's not enough you bungle your assignment. You show up here? Did anyone follow you?
I want my money.
You want what you deserve? Fine.
Oh, come on.
What? Are you going to say he didn't deserve it?
I am. I took a quick glance at Rashael. I couldn't help but think that a close call had been made.
He certainly served his purpose.
Now, move. All this bloodshed sickens me.
Bro, you're trying to get me to kill myself.
Can it, Stone? You're on the edge. Now die with dignity and jump. Well, what are you waiting for?
Just admiring the view?
Yes, it is nice, isn't it?
They say a man's life passes before his eyes at times like these. but all I could see were the high-rises in Manhattan crowding themselves around me like a concrete womb. The harsh, unyielding pavement comes ever closer, and I can't help but wonder, why did I jump? Why did I choose suicide over doing the honourable thing? I guess I'll never know. Okay, so that was like a game over. Okay. It's coming up to 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to stop there. And next time, I'm going to hop back in and not jump.
Enter. Rabbi Stone, how good of you to come.
You didn't leave me much choice, Rabbi Zelig.
That's not entirely fair. You could have walked away.
I made a commitment.
And you're so good at those, aren't you?
Tell me what you want.
I only want this, Stone. You're going to walk over to the balcony. Take a nice long look at the view. Enjoy it. It costs a bundle. Then, when you've thought carefully about what brought you here, you're going to jump over the edge.
What? You must be joking.
Do I look like I'm joking, Stone?
You must be if you think I'd kill myself on your say-so.
Oh, really? Not even to save her life?
You bargain with a woman's life? You can go to hell.
Tut, Stone. Your loyalty to this shiksa is admirable. But I have no love of either of you. I can just as easily shoot her than you and throw you both off the balcony. I'd prefer to avoid complications. But it's the same to me either way.
You think you'll get away with this?
You have no idea what you're messing with, Stone. This goes way beyond you or me.
I don't claim to see what lies beyond. All I see is a man charged with leading his people, but instead leads them to their deaths.
It's not that simple, Stone. It never is. Pull your head out of the clouds and take a look around. This is how the world works. So, are you going to jump? Or is this going to get messy?
God's sake. Guess who's a big dumbass? It's me. Set nicely. Don't know, fun fact, headphones work a lot better if you plug them in.
I won't do it. Very well. Holy, you shot her.
Oops.
What? You surprised? I gave you ample warning. So, are you going to jump? Or am I going to shoot you two? I warn you. I won't make your death as quick as I can. You'll never get away with this. Stone, you are in no position to argue with me. This guy? Untraceable. Things yours. And on your troubled financial situation and your synagogue in tatters, I doubt the police would question your actions too strongly.
I braced myself for the impact. I felt a harsh puff of metal whiz past my torso and jam harmlessly into the door.
My. Looks like I missed. How careless of me.
A twist of a smirk revealed it was anything but.
You might want to rethink that move in the future.
I froze again. The bullet creased my earlobe and embedded itself in the far wall.
Oops. Missed again. Well, they say that third time's the charm. Care to test that theory?
Okay, hang on, I'm just gonna... Okay, so I'm just gonna go back over that again and try and not kill an innocent woman this time.
Enter. Reb,
You didn't leave me much.
that's not you.
I
And
tell me.
you're taking that. You're
What? You must be joking.
Do I look like I'm joking, Stone?
You must be if you think I'd kill myself on your say-so.
Oh, really? Not even to save her life?
And if I refuse?
I shoot her, then you, and throw you both off the balcony. I'd prefer to avoid complications, but it's the same to me either way.
You think you'll get away with this?
You have no idea what you're messing with, Stone. This goes way beyond you or me.
I don't claim to see what lies beyond. All I see is a man charged with leading his people, but instead leads them to their deaths.
It's not that simple, Stone. It never is. Pull your head out of the clouds and take a look around. This is how the world works. So, are you going to jump? Or is this going to get messy?
Okay, so if Fusion got her killed, Agree's going to kill me. So I think if we try that again.
My. How can
Yes, we've
You
done this
might want-
already.
Oops, missed again. Perhaps I need a less mobile target.
Holy, you shot her!
What? I gave you ample warning. So, are you going to... I warn... My, aren't you the brave one? I really hoped to avoid this. I just had the carpet cleaned too.
I had solved the case, but at the cost of my life. Zelig was a detestable man, but he would go on living. As for me, I can't help but wonder, what if I could go back and do that again? A man like that shouldn't be allowed to walk the streets, let alone run a synagogue. I guess I'll never know. So, not the way to do it. I feel like I could have got the gun while he turned to shoot her, but sure. Oh, also Rabbi Stone's like an ex-boxer.
Enter. Rabbi Stone.
You didn't.
That's you.
I
And you
tell me.
you're taking your...
You can forget it.
Oh, really?
Don't.
Not even to save her life?
You bargain with a woman's life? You can go to hell.
Tut, Stone. You're low, but I can just...
You think
You, this...
I don't all I but it's
It's not... It pull your... This... So...
alright. You win, Zelig. You hold all the cards.
Good boy. He can be taught. Start walking. Now, open the door, Stone. Wait, there's one more thing.
He moved the gun off me and pointed straight at Radstray Lauder.
Stop!
Zelig! You! You son of a...
DeMarco, you idiot! It's not enough you bungle your assignment. You show up here? Did anyone follow you?
I want my money!
You want what you deserve? Fine. What? Are you going to say he didn't deserve it?
I took a quick glance at Radstray. I couldn't help but think that a close call had been made.
He certainly served his purpose.
Now, move. All this bloodshed sickens me.
So, the guy who was just there was basically working for Rabbi Zelig, and I very deliberately saved his life earlier. So I'm wondering if you don't make that choice, if that's another way Radstray dies. Now can we try and grab the gun since he can't shoot her? Okay. The bullet caught me in the left arm. The pain flared like a supernova.
Your bravado is irritating. Now, jump! Well, what are you waiting for?
Just admiring the view?
Yes, it is nice, isn't it? Can it, Stone? You're on the edge. Now die with dignity and jump. Having a change of heart? Well, make up your mind.
My right shoulder exploded into a very furnace of pain. Hello. You're welcome to lurk. Black dots dotted in front of my vision as I struggled to keep focused.
Your capacity for pain is indeed impressive. I'm almost tempted to watch you bleed where you stand. But time is short. Now jump or die.
So when the police find his body, they're gonna find it splattered on the pavement with 2 bullet wounds. Is he gonna be, oh yeah, he shot himself in the shoulders? I don't think that's gonna work.
Nothing you can possibly say will change things, Stone. My, aren't you the brave one? I really hoped to avoid this.
I love dying than being dead. You do not need to tell me this joke every time. Like it's a good joke.
Enter. Rabbi Stone.
You didn't leave me much choice, Rabbi Zelig.
That's not entirely fair. You could have walked away.
I made a commitment.
And you're so good at those, aren't you?
Tell me what you want.
I only want this, Stone. You're going to walk over to the balcony. Take a nice long look at the view. Enjoy it. It costs a bundle. Then, when you've thought carefully about what brought you here, you're...
What? You must be...
Do I...
You
or not to...
You bargain... You...
You... But I... You... This...
I don't... All evidence.
It's not... It pull your... This... So...
Alright. You win, Zelig. You hold all the
I'm
cards.
basically going with what
Good boy.
kept things
It
going
can
for
be done.
longer.
Start walking. Now, open the door, Stone. Wait, there's one more thing.
No!
No.
Zelig! You!
Why is
You
this
son of a-
volume so much
Marco,
louder
you
than everyone
idiot.
else's?
It's not enough, you buck.
Like, shh.
You What? Are you going to say he didn't deserve it?
He certainly served his purpose.
Now, move. All this bloodshed sickens me. Can it, Stone? You're on the edge. Now die with dignity and jump. Your bravado now. Jump! Your capacity for pain is indeed impressive. I'm almost tempted to watch you bleed where you stand. But time is short. Now jump or die. Well, what are you waiting for?
Just admiring the view.
Yes, it is nice, isn't it?
Weak from blood loss, I couldn't keep my hold on the gun. It slid out of my fingers like melting butter.
You momser! You are a nothing! What's this? You think you can knock me out like some common street punk?
He was old and certainly not as strong as me, but those 2 bullets had taken their toll.
I am Amos Zelig. I've spearheaded the strongest Jewish synagogue in Manhattan for over 30 years. Who are you, little rabbi?
Is this how a rabbi acts?
This is how the world acts.
How can you live with yourself?
With power, respect, and money, I manage quite well.
How can you face God knowing what you've done?
God knows more than anyone how the world works. I'm sure he understands.
Are you happy with this life, Zelig?
Yes. Are you?
I like how, like, both him and the murder guy we talked to last night, it's like, why are you doing this? And like, I wanna. Oh shit, he's winning.
You really think a rabbi acts this way?
I told you, Stone. This is how the world is. Get used to it.
I ask again, how can you live with yourself?
I have all the prestige and respect money can buy, Stone. I live quite comfortably.
How can anyone respect you?
Power breeds respect, Stone. But you've never had either, have you?
Are you ready to die?
Are you?
You really think you can win this fight?
You think you can shut up?
Are you 5?
Why don't you just give up?
Why don't you just die?
You really think God will understand your actions?
God knows what is necessary. I'm sure he understands.
Are you ready to meet God, Zelig?
I'll meet God in my own time, Stone. But not yet.
Who do you think I am?
Those tricks won't work with me, Stone. I've been playing that game since you were knee-high to my tuchus. You think you can out-rabbi me?
You call yourself a Jew?
You call yourself a hero?
Is all this worth your soul, Zelig?
I'm not giving up my soul for anything, Stone. Is all this worth your life?
Are there others like you?
More than you can possibly imagine.
You really think you can win this fight?
Do you think you can stop talking long enough to throw a punch?
You really call yourself a Jew?
You really call yourself a hero?
You don't fear for your soul, Zelig?
I fear nothing. Do you fear for your life?
How can you be happy with this life?
Do you see this apartment? Do you see this view? Trust me, I am very happy with this life. Can you say the same?
I hate this is just accurate how rich people are.
Don't you know who I am?
Don't make me laugh. You think you're special?
Last chance. You want to give up?
No. Do you want to die? And there you have it. Do you have anything further to say before Death Stone?
Is there anything to say?
A rabbi to the end. Goodbye, Stone.
God damn it. We were so close. They say a man's life passes before his eyes at times like these, but all I could see were the high rises of Manhattan, crowding themselves around me like a concrete womb. The harsh, unyielding pavement comes ever closer, and I can't help but wonder, did I honestly try as hard as I could? I fought him, I stood up to him, I did the honourable thing, yet I failed. Was this outcome inevitable? I guess I'll never know. Fucking joke again. I don't feel like I should be having this much trouble beating up one old man.
You did. I can tell.
You're taking your.
You can forget it.
Oh, really? Not to.
You bar. You.
But I.
You.
You. This.
I all up it.
Pull this. So.
All right. You.
Good. Start. Now, open the door, Stone. Wait, there's one.
Why do you want to do this, Rabbi Zelig?
Zelig! You! You son of...
He's fine.
What?
He's...
Now, all this bloodshed sickens me.
Excuse me, sweet boy. We do not attack choirs while people are streaming. That's very rude.
You're bravo. Now. Kenneth, you're on the air. Your capacity for pain is indeed impressive. I'm almost tempted, but time now. Well, what are you waiting?
Just admiring the view.
Yes, it is nice, isn't it? You momser! You are a nothing! What's this? You think you can knock me out like some common street punk? I am Amos Zelig! Who are...
I do like that you're constantly answering the questions.
Who do you think I am?
Those tricks won't work with me, Stone. I've been playing that game since you were knee-high to my tuchus. You think you can out-rabbi me?
You call yourself a Jew?
You call yourself a hero?
How can you face God knowing what you've done?
God knows more than anyone how the world works. I'm sure he understands.
Are there others like you?
More than you can possibly imagine.
Is this how a rabbi acts?
This is how the world acts.
How can you live with yourself?
With power, respect, and money, I manage quite well.
Is all this worth your soul, Zelig?
I'm not giving up my soul for anything, Stone. Is all this worth your life?
Are you happy with the...
Yeah.
You really think...
This get you...
Why don't you just give up?
Why don't you just...
You really think God will understand your actions?
God knows what is necessary. I'm sure he understands.
I'm digging this little Voss tune.
How can you be happy with this life?
Do you see this apart? Do you trust? Can you...
You really...
This get you...
I ask again, how can you live with yourself?
I have all the prestige and respect money can buy, Stone. I live quite comfortably.
You don't fear for your soul, Zelig?
I fear nothing. Do you fear for your life?
Just how many are...
As I...
You really...
You think...
Last chance. You want to give up?
No. Do you want to die?
How can anyone respect you?
Power breeds respect, Stone. But you've never had either, have you?
Are you ready to...
Are you... Do you...
You really...
You...
People
I already power at you.
I don't get
Are you
what
ready
are
to
the good
meet God,
answers and
Zelig?
what are the not
I'll meet,
good
but not-
answers. Thank you.
You
This get you...
I
live...
You...
God, I'm...
How could...
Do you trust? Can you...
You really...
This get you...
I
live...
You...
God, I'm...
Okay, so we get the right answer, then we can punch him.
Are you...
but not...
Okay, so that was the right answer.
You...
Do you...
That was the wrong answer.
I live...
You...
God, I'm sure...
So this is kind of cycling round. I guess there's like certain answers in each which are the correct ones.
How could...
Do you trust? Can you...
Yes, you have a very nice apartment. Shut the fuck up.
You...
This get...
I
live...
You...
God, I'm...
Zelig, it's over. What do you have to say for yourself?
Mazel tov, Rabbi Stone. I applaud you. To have come this far, you certainly are resourceful.
Just what are you saying, Zelig?
I do remember Jack Lauder. Very well. He came into my office 8 years ago, looking to get married. It seemed that this Zionist, pig-headed rabbi was against it. Oh, the things he said about you. Imagine my surprise when you showed up in my office.
Yeah, I bet you were shocked, all right.
I've done some checking up on you. In all these years, you've never learned to make concessions.
Concessions? Concessions? The Jewish people are slowly becoming extinct. For thousands of years, we've struggled to keep our place on this planet, and you talk of concessions. As a rabbi, I do everything I can to help, and if that means refusing to conduct an interfaith marriage, then so be it. I can still look at myself in the mirror and call myself a rabbi. What are you, Zelig? You're nothing but a common criminal who consorts with gangsters and assassins.
We all have our place in the big machine, Stone. And you're just a tiny squeaky wheel. Now be a good cog and just let me go. I know you don't have the guts to throw me over.
I feel that maybe there's like quite a bit of space between interfaith marriage and murder. Rushery was still bound and gagged. Her eyes shined with relief. I quickly untied her.
So, it's over?
It's over, Mrs. Lauder. We'll leave Rabbi Zelig for the police.
You're hurt. You're bleeding all over.
It'll be okay, Mrs. Lauder.
Okay. You were shot.
It's all right. Let's just get out of here.
Well, all right, if you say so.
You can just walk off being shot twice, it's fine.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine, Mrs. Lauder.
Call me Raj, please. After all this, I think you deserve it. But we're going to the hospital and no argument.
Raj is good.
Sure.
Yay.
Atzai melech shemo nikra.
The weeks sped by. Jack's bestowal arrived in the mail, and I was able to appease all my debts. Thanks to an anonymous tip, the police picked up Amos Zelig before he regained consciousness. He even tried to tell them that I attacked him, but thankfully, Rashere testified on my behalf. Back to the grind. Another week, another Shabbos. Has anything changed for me? Not really.
Thank you, Cantor Kaplan.
Debts still pile up, but they won't be a problem as long as Jack's money holds. After that, it's best not to think about it. It's a fucking mood.
Is it only in the aftermath of pain that we are justified in questioning God's fairness? Just how much pain must occur to legitimately raise the question, why do bad things happen to good people? Just how much pain?
And then it hit me.
God might not seem fair. We may not always feel connected to him. That is, we may feel lonely, and often do. Yet the underlying reality of our lives is that we are always connected, whether we feel it or not, whether we accept it or deny it. The connection is there. And since we are connected, we are responsible. Battling for goodness is how we give our lives meaning. Maybe there are no answers. Ultimately, we may never find that elusive truth. Yet ultimately, we may find something else. Meaning, significance, and fulfillment. If so, that may be enough.
Dear God, I hope that's enough. Okay, that was the end. So, these are some final thoughts. At the time of recording this, I finished the game yesterday, so I've had a little time to think it over while it still remains kind of fresh in my mind. I really liked the way the internet was used in the game. Finding specific information to plug into it was fun, and particularly things like finding Ethan's name, where you get the first part from the emails and the second part and then use paper clipping later on is a great, like, aha, now I can search this moment. I do wish I could have gone into Zeg's office and been like, hey, you said you didn't know this guy, but he's in a newspaper article right outside your office, though. The sort of series of events of the game did feel very, like, natural and logical, even though the conspiracy is a bit wild. I don't think there was any points where it was like I got unfairly stuck. Unfortunately, I didn't like the final fight as much. I really like the concept of winning a verbal battle alongside a physical one, but I'm honestly not sure how you were supposed to win other than remembering which questions you could punch him after. I did like the writing a lot though, particularly the character writing. The game has a really good sense of humour, where it can be funny without being like, this is a joke. I would have liked to see a bit more depth to Joe DeMarco and Rabbi Zelig though. I mean, to all of the characters really, I'd like to spend more time with them. But yeah, there are plenty of people in real life willing to screw over other people for money or power, but I want to know how Zelig is really justifying that to himself, beyond that's how the world is. Like, why does he think that? Why was he so willing to ignore his faith in order to pursue power? This is another game that I do wish had a series or a sequel, because Rabbi Sin's a very interesting character, and I would like to spend more time with him. I think you could get a lot of depth from him just by like bouncing him off different characters and seeing what happens. All in all, I did enjoy this game, and I would recommend it for fans of the genre or just people looking for an interesting story. I hope to see you all next time. Take care of yourselves until then. Bye.